Welcome to the Digital Nexus. This is a new community that I will be starting for aspiring entrepreneurs, advanced entrepreneurs of all different skill sets and backgrounds. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I will be shutting my tech academy down. Now, I know when you hear that, you go, oh my God, what's happening? Why are you doing this? We've reached a point where my tech academy has fulfilled its mission. And now it's time to evolve and take on a newer challenge. We're still going to offer everything that my tech academy originally offered, but we're going to be adding even more. We're going to be giving entrepreneurs the skill sets to, number one, fix and repair their credit. Because when you talk about financial literacy and you talk about investing, the best investment you can ever make is going to be in yourself. And it starts with having a strong foundation. And the very first pillar is going to be able to have good credit, helping individuals fix and repair their credit. The next pillar and foundational concept of the digital nexus is going to be helping entrepreneurs get access to capital. Why? Because at the end of the day, so many of you come to me, Eli, I have $500, I have $1,000. What coin should I buy? Here's the reality. If you're looking to build wealth, you're not going to do it with $500. You're not going to do it with $1,000. You're not going to do it with $5,000. You're going to need an extensive amount of capital to really truly be able to build wealth, because wealth is built over time. So number one, we're going to be focusing on helping you fix and repair your credit, getting you access to capital so that you can start the businesses that you want, so that you can invest in the ideas and opportunities that you want to. Now, the next step is going to be, okay, great. We've helped you fix your credit. We've gotten you access to capital. Now, what do you do with that capital? Again, so many of you come to me and say, Eli, what coin should I buy? I have $1,000. That's having a lottery ticket mentality. Instead, what I want to do is give you the skill sets and teach you various skills that you can leverage on the internet to be able to go out here and actually make money, so that you can then go out here and be able to invest on a consistent basis. See, if you learn e-commerce, how to sell products and services online, if you learn how to leverage social media platforms and digital platforms such as Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, and you learn how to not only sell your own products and services, but even be able to sell other people's products and services, now you have a consistent stream of income that will then allow you to have a wealth building mindset and habit of investing over time. Then, after getting you your credit repaired, getting you access to capital, creating a hub for you to learn how to build skill sets that you can leverage on the internet, teaching you how to navigate the financial markets, teaching you about blockchain technology, why it's the future of the world, artificial technology, also teaching you one of the most powerful skills in the world, which is marketing. Because at the end of the day, you can have the best business, the best service in the world. If no one knows who you are, they can't buy from you. And when you understand that 70% of our economy is based upon consumption, our GDP, which is $25 trillion, 70% of that is people going out and buying things. Now you have to ask yourself, are you going to be a producer or are you going to be a consumer? I think that it would make more sense for you to be a producer in this world that we're currently in. Now, when I originally created my tech academy, I really didn't have an idea as to what I really was even going to be doing. It kind of just fell in my lap, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. Now, most of you that are watching this, you're going to fail. And you know why? Most of you are not even going to finish this webinar. You're going to say, oh, yeah, he has something to sell. Oh, yeah, I already know that. Heard that before. You're not going to finish it. Or some of you geniuses are going to say, well, if you're making so much money with what you're doing, why are you selling a course? Why are you selling something online? The reason why I'm selling something online is because I'm a good entrepreneur. And I understand that people online want to buy things from me. See, it's called supply and demand. Let me teach you something. See, this is the reason why many of you are struggling financially, because you can't connect simple dots. Here's a simple dot. 70% of the economy is based upon consumption. So now, if 70% of the economy is based upon consumption, then that means I need to be selling things that people want to consume. And understand that the more people you can service, the more people that you can help, the more money that you can make. See, a lot of you have business ideas that no one wants to buy, that no one wants to invest in. So therefore, how can you make money? How can you be successful when you're trying to sell something that no one wants to buy? Now, I'm going to share with you some powerful information throughout this webinar. I'm going to share with you how I was able to make over $200,000 in 45 days. I'm going to share with you how you can fix and repair your credit. I'm going to share with you how you can leverage artificial intelligence to market any product and any service that you have. I'm going to share with you how you can go out here and structure your business properly and be able to go access over $150,000 to $200,000 in capital. I'm going to share those things with you today. Now, as I said before, many of you are not going to take the information serious because it's free. And that's part of the problem. There's information all over the place. The problem is many of you are not applying the information. Now, why are you here? You're here because you're interested in what I have to offer. You probably have bad credit, bankruptcies, child support, car repossessions, charge-offs, you name it, late payments, evictions. And you're probably skeptical. Can I really get those things removed? I'm going to show you how you can legally do those things. Maybe you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you need access to capital. I'm going to show you how I have over $2 million in capital. Maybe you just need some ideas of how to start a business, how to market a business. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm then going to show you how you can use capital to scale and grow a business. I'm going to show you how you can use content. Even if you're not good at content creation, I'm going to show you how you can use AI and sell other people's products and services, or sell your products and services. Now, I started my Tech Academy back in 2019. And when I created my Tech Academy, it was really by mistake. I did not come online looking to try to sell a course. When I first came online, I was just giving commentary about a lot of the foolishness that I saw online. And over time, when people would hear me speak, they would say, hey, do you do consultations? Do you have something to sell? Can I pick your brain? I want to ask you certain things. And I would say to them, I really don't necessarily have anything to sell right now, or I don't really have a course. And then I would start talking about crypto. And people said, hey, why don't you make a course about that? So I made a course and people bought it. And then I made an Ethereum course. And then people said, you know what, Eli, this stuff is too technical. Can we give you the money to do it for us? Then I started creating investment opportunities around crypto. And then something started to happen. I started pricing my investment opportunities at $25,000. Most people couldn't afford it. So then I said, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to get people capital so that they can buy my products and services and invest with me. Then I start realizing that people have bad credit. And when I say people have bad credit, a lot of people have bad credit. And that's okay. I too once had bad credit until I was able to fix and repair my credit. See, part of being a good entrepreneur is listening to the marketplace. You see how I progressed with my businesses as the marketplace told me what they needed. I didn't try to come to the market and will the market to buy my product, buy my service. I listened to what the customers wanted and I offered them that service. They wanted a crypto course, I gave them a crypto course. They wanted investment opportunities, I gave them investment opportunities. They needed funding, I went out and found funding for them. They then needed credit repair, I went out and found credit repair for them. And now people have capital and they're like, Eli, well, what do I do with the capital? That's the next step. Now I'm going to teach them and teach individuals What do you do with the business funding when you get it? Because understand, everyone's telling you, you can get $100,000, you can get $200,000. It's easy to get business funding. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Because that's money that has to be paid back. So making sure that you are acquiring the proper skill sets to go out here and leverage the capital is extremely important. Because let me tell you something, when you go out here and you start spending other people's money, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be on the hook for that. Now, since 2019, I have educated well over 2,000 people have come through my Tech Academy doors. And that's absolutely phenomenal. And I'm looking now to take this to a whole nother level in regards to what I'm trying to do. Now, why should you listen to me when we talk about funding, when we talk about entrepreneurship? I've been on this YouTube channel since 2018. I was talking about business credit before all of the credit gurus popped up. I was on here talking about business credit. Look at the date. Back on May 27th, 2019. As you can see here, I had a video. Cash is king, but credit is power. And see, I believe that documentation is important because see, after the pandemic happened, everyone became an expert. Everyone had a course to sell you on e-commerce, on event spaces, on credit repair, on business funding, on stock trading, on crypto. I've been doing this on this channel here since 2018, but I've been an entrepreneur since 2008. I've made a lot of money and I've lost a lot of money. As you can see here, this is just some of the credit cards that I have with American Express. I have over $2.1 million in business funding between multiple businesses from credit cards and business loans. As you can see here, I have almost every American Express card that you can think of. The Platinum, the Plum, the Blue Business Plus Cash card. I have the Platinum card, you name it. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is that when you're looking to learn from someone, you need to be learning from someone that's actually doing it right now, not someone that went out there and did it before. Not someone who did it in the past, someone who's doing it right now. Not someone who took a course last week and came up with a name, the master this or the him this, right? Or the goat that. No, people who actually have a track record, who you can go back and look and say, okay, he's been talking about this since 2019. Now, I want to play some videos for you just to set the tone to show who I am and what I've been able to do. So in this next video, let's listen to this right here. So this is Chase right here that I'm about to show you a video of just two of the many Chase credit cards that I have.
It's a new day and I have new business credit funding. I created a brand new LLC 6 months ago to document the process and show you how to build business credit from scratch. As of today, with Chase alone, I have $89,000 between these two credit cards. I have both the Inc. Business Unlimited and the Inc. Business Premier credit card with Chase. And this is just with one bank. As of today, I have well over $2.1 million in business funding between credit cards and loans through multiple businesses that I own and control. I am not sharing this with you to flex or brag, but to document and verify that I can do the things that I say that I can do. You have people teaching you about real estate, yet you don't actually see them buying and doing real estate. You have people teaching courses about trading, yet you never actually see them trading. You have people teaching about business funding, yet you don't know if they actually have the business funding in their actual businesses. Everything that I do, I like to document it and verify and separate myself from the crowd. I am not a guru. I am a guru. And if you want to learn step by step how I was able to do this with a brand new LLC, comment the word free below and get access to a free course that will teach you everything. It's so free, you don't have to pull out your credit card.
And that's another thing that I wanted to comment on as well, is that I have an entirely free course from step by step that will teach you how to build business credit. My Instagram page is currently down because I'm so good at what I do in regards to educating people and getting them capital that my competitors are trying to take my page down. But my page will be back up in a couple of hours. But if you come over to My Tech Academy, you can actually access the free business credit course. Absolutely free. It's so free, you don't even have to pull out your credit card to get access to that. Now, that's with Chase alone. I just showed you 89,000. Over here with Bank of America, here's another 68,000 and another $48,000, right? And I'm not sharing these things with you to flex or sharing this with you to brag, but sharing this with you to let you know, I know what I'm talking about. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Well, where are you going with this? Why are you sharing this with us? Because we are going through the Great Reset. The world is changing as you know it. Everything is shifting from physical to digital. And many of you are getting left behind. Your job is not paying you enough to outpace inflation. Then you have technology and automation that's going to make your job obsolete. So it's very important that you going into 2025 and 2026 are developing skills that are natively digital. This is why I created the Digital Nexus, because we're reaching that nexus point where the physical world is converging with the digital world. I don't need to tell you, but COVID changed the world. Everything about the world changed when that happened because it accelerated the shift to digital. And if all you have is a brick and mortar business, if all you have is skill sets that are physical and you don't know how to transfer that into the digital world, you're going to struggle. And that's exactly what I'm looking to create with this new opportunity, where we're still offering all of the services that My Tech Academy had, but adding more to make you natively digital, to give you skill sets to trade the futures market, to invest in blockchain technology, to build blockchain technology, to leverage platforms to sell products and services on TikTok. Understand, trillions of dollars are exchanging hands on the web, online. You need to make sure that you're getting you some of that. Now, why am I emphasizing fixing the credit and repairing the credit, right? Because most of you have bad credit and you're not going to get access to capital if you have bad credit. So this is why it's very, very important for you to go out here and get access to this capital. Now, right now, I know what some of you are saying. Well, Eli, I don't really want no debt. I don't really want a credit card. Well, right now, you need capital to run a business. The problem with many of you, you are trying to operate a business and you don't have any capital. As you can see right here with this infographic, and this is not me. I love to give you data. This is not me coming up with this. This is actually data. And you can go to Forbes and basically fact check me. I believe that you should be able to research the researcher, right? Now, when you look at people, right, the millennials, that's my generation, right? When you look at most of us, we don't have more than $10,000. 60% of us has less than $10,000 in our savings. So where are you going to get capital from to invest? I want you to understand that money is debt. When you understand that every single dollar that's in circulation has come into circulation through some form of debt, your government literally borrows money into existence. I can create debt faster than I can actually save money. Case in point, if I have a job and I'm making $140,000 a year, I live here in New York. Your moms will say between federal and state income tax and sales tax, more than 50% of my income is taxed away. So that probably leaves me with like maybe 65,000, because you can't even say 50% because you have to factor in sales tax. Every time I spend my money, I get taxed on sales. So now I get a sales tax. So between federal taxes, state taxes, and sales taxes, that's more than 50% of my income. So I'm probably taking home, what, $64,000, $65,000. Now I have to live. I have to take care of a family. How long would it take you to save $50,000 to $80,000? Because the SBA, the Small Business Administration, states that it takes $80,000 for a business to make it through its first 3 years of capital. To make it through its first 3 years. Most of you don't even have $10,000. So the only way that you're going to be able to even start a business and have the proper run room and run rate is you have to have capital. You need seed capital to operate a business. See, many of you, you have good ideas, you have hustle, you have ambition, but you don't have any capital. If you don't have capital, how the hell are you going to make money? See, the boomers, they had it good. They were able to go, the boomers lived through every great boom you can think of. That's why they're the baby boomers. They lived through the technological boom, the real estate boom, the dot-com bubble. So they were able to buy houses dirt cheap. They were able to get into jobs that actually paid livable wages that were able to keep up with inflation. My generation and younger, we need capital. And I hate to break it to you, but that's the reality now. When your credit is structured the right way on the personal side, and you structure your business the right way on the business side, I can walk into a bank and with a signature or simply go online and fill out an application and I can get $50,000 in 5 minutes because my credit is structured the right way. Now, rinse and repeat that across 5 or 6 banks. I can get $200,000-$300,000 like this very easily. And I'm not saying it to you. I can show it to you. I can show it to you. See, I don't have to try to hype you up. I can show you the credit that I have. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of credit. This is $100,000 right here with Bank of America alone. And this is not even counting the personal side. This is just 2 business credit cards. This is not even counting loans that you can leverage. So these are all things that you actually can do when you actually know how to properly structure your business. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, Eli, what do you mean money is debt? When you look at this right here, this red line right here measures all of the total debt in the US, in the United States. All of the debt, household debt, credit card debt, student loan debt. And you can see that this red line is much higher than this blue line. The blue line represents the cash in circulation. That's what I mean by money is debt. Because there's more debt in the system than there's actual cash and capital. So when you understand that we're in a debt-based economy, in a fractional reserve-based lending economy, then you understand how to navigate. And you understand that if you properly use debt the right way, and you invest in assets that are going to appreciate with inflation, and you're paying back a fixed amount of debt, then you're not afraid to take on debt. If you have skill sets that you can leverage and make money, you're not afraid of debt. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Eli, okay, you was talking to us about our credit. My credit is bad. I can't do anything. I can't get any capital. I'm pretty sure you've seen all of the run the play guys. And they're in front of Navy Federal. They're rapping about how you can run the play. They're telling you, they're doing their TikTok dances, and they're telling you, use this code right here, send this letter, and you can get this deleted, and you're skeptical. I was once skeptical too, until I actually took out the time to sit down and read. See, the problem with many of you is there's too much information, which makes you lazy. So you just want to consume content all day long. Many of you don't want to read. See, when you want to hide something from someone, you put it in a book. See, when you actually come here to Cornell Law School and you actually read the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, many of you are having your rights violated by Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. Well, if you just pay your bills, you won't have this problem. Well, what about the people who are victims of identity theft? What about when the credit reporting agencies get you confused with somebody else and they're reporting something that's inaccurate? What about when you pay something on time, but they report it as late? See, many of you are haters. You are jealous. You are jealous over people who are educating people about their rights. Because somehow when you see Black people teaching and educating, it bothers you the wrong way. Because many of you don't want to see other people be successful because you're a bum. See, I'm here to teach and I'm here to educate. Many of you have rights that are being violated. And not only can you get many of these negative items removed and deleted from your credit report, but you can actually sue the credit reporting agencies and get paid for it. Now, I know what you're going to say, Eli, you trying real hard to sell that course. So guess what? Let's read the actual law. Okay? It says, every consumer reporting agency, see, words matter. Notice that the government in this actual law and statute, they're not using the word bureau. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian are not bureaus. They're companies. You and I can start a company and start reporting people's information. They're middlemen. They're agencies. I'm going to get to that in a second, why that's very important. So It says, every consumer reporting agency shall maintain reasonable procedures designed to avoid violations of Section 1681C of this title, and to limit the furnishing of consumer reports to the purposes listed under Section 1681B of this title. These procedures shall require that prospective users of the information identify themselves, certify the purposes for which the information is sought, and certify that the information will be used for no other purpose. Every consumer reporting agency shall make a reasonable effort to verify the identity of a new prospective user and the uses certified by such prospective user prior to furnishing such user a consumer report. No consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report to any person if it has reasonable grounds for believing that the consumer report will not be used for a purpose listed in Section 1681B. Now, I highlighted this in red because this is the most important part. Whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedures to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. Listen to the words. They didn't say partial. They didn't say half. They said maximum possible accuracy. Now I know what you're saying. Eli, what the hell does any of that mean? You're just throwing around a bunch of big words. I didn't get past the 6th grade. Why are you talking to me like this? Because I know how most of you think, right? You just want some gossip, some juicy, who's a scammer, right? You know, who's trying to run the play. Many of you don't want to be educated, and that's part of the problem. And this is why companies like Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax can abuse your rights, because most of you don't want to stand up for your rights. And these companies are making billions of dollars at the expense of your ignorance, of your willful ignorance, because the law's right here. But most of you, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the run to play people in Atlanta really bastardized credit repair. They've made it just look like, one thing about us as black people, we sure know how to niggify some information. We sure know how to turn anything legitimate into the trap. But when you remove all of the run to play people from Atlanta and you really dive into the information, what you'll start to see is that this right here is one of my clients' credit reports. And they've given me the permission to share this information. Now, when you look at this right here, I want you to see something. This is a Navy Federal account. Remember, it has to have maximum accuracy, not partial accuracy, not half accuracy, but maximum accuracy. Now, when we look at the account number, TransUnion has 00143. Experian has 284 ***. And Equifax doesn't even have an account number. So how are they reporting this person's credit when they don't even have the right account information? How are they reporting this? I want you to think about this for a second. Your credit is one of the most vital things that you have. And these companies, because they're getting paid to report it, they're reporting inaccurate information. Now, I just went back to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It said they have to have maximum accuracy. Okay? So now, you can't report this, you can't report an account if it has the inaccurate account number. But it doesn't get stopped there. Look at the date that it was open. TransUnion says the account was open on 6/6/2019. Experian says the account was open on 6/1/2019. How can you open up the same account on 2 different days? I know some of you are not following this. If you got 3 individual companies that are reporting information about you, and they're reporting this information about you without your permission, because you never gave them permission in the first place to even have this account. Because this client right here, my client, they went into a partnership with Navy Federal, not with Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. So how do they even have this person's account information in the first place? And if they're going to have it, it needs to be accurate. Well, the date open is not accurate because this is 6/6 and this is 6/1. So you can't open up the same account on 2 different days. So now we found 2 violations right there. 2 inaccuracies right there. The account numbers don't match across all 3. And the date open doesn't match across all 3. But it gets better. When we come here, this account is supposed to be a collection slash charge off, right? So now Experian is marking the account as charged off every single month. Well, by law, you have 7 years for something to remain on your credit report. So if they keep re-aging it every single month, then it can never fall off. So this person now is going to have this account negatively impacting them each and every single month, month after month after month after month. And therefore, their credit's never going to be able to get repaired or never get fixed because it's never going to fall off because they keep reporting it over and over and over and over as charged off. Now, Equifax is saying that the account is okay. How can the account be okay and be charged off at the same time? Then TransUnion, they don't even have any payment information and payment history. So right here alone, this is inaccurate. Now I know what you're saying, Eli. Okay, yeah, what you saying sounds good, but it is good because see, Equifax and TransUnion and Experian are agencies, and there's actually a bureau that oversees them known as the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that you can go to and actually submit complaints. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Eli, what you're saying, it sounds good. Why would they give you the ability to dispute something? Because I know some of you think that you're smart and you're really slow. Why would TransUnion give you the ability to dispute something if you couldn't get it removed off your credit report? Let me get my Umar Johnson on and repeat it 3 times for you. Why would they allow you to dispute something if you could not get it removed? That's because you can get it removed. And it doesn't just stop with the CFPB. You can even go to the Attorney General. And I'm going to show you that right now. And you go, I want to file a complaint, consumer issues, credit cards and credit reports. And you could go submit a complaint right here. But again, if you don't know your rights, if you don't know the law, then you don't even know how you can actually stand up for your rights and enforce those rights. It's very, very important. Now I know what you're saying. Well, Eli, you came on here and you said that you can sue the credit bureaus. I don't really know if that's true. Well, if you actually come here to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? And I'm going to actually put this in the chat because I believe that many of you need to go and educate yourself about this information. And I'm condescending because I know that so many of you are, you're trolls and you're in a place in life right now where you feel helpless and powerless, which is why you come and troll. And I'm trying to actually give you some power, right? So I'm going to talk to you sarcastically because I'm really trying to get to you. Because this is important that you really make a move. See, I don't think you realize, but there will no longer be a middle class. There are going to be those that have and those that don't. And what you do over the next 3 to 5 years is going to be extremely important for your financial well-being. And not just for you, but also for your family. Now, if we come down here, I want to go to section 616 real quick, right? We come down here to section 616. And I know the Fair Credit Report like the back of my hand because I read it all day long. So that's how I know it's in section 616. So we come down here and we got right here. And I want to zoom in for you. It says civil liability for willful noncompliance. In general, any person who willfully fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this title with respect to any consumer is liable to that consumer in an equal amount to the sum of any actual damages sustained by the consumer as a result of the failure or damages of not less than $100 and not more than $1,000. In the case of liability of a natural person for obtaining a consumer report under false pretenses or knowingly without a permissible purpose, actual damage is sustained by the consumer as a result of the failure or $1,000, whichever is greater. So, right here, this is actually the law, right? This is not me coming here and telling you something that I read in a book, right? Or that I took some class and some guy told me. This is actual legal law. They're violating the law. And you can not only get these things removed, but you can sue them to make them remove these items. Now, I know this may not be enough. This may not be enough for you. I know. Because you're like, oh, man, listen, man, you ain't white. Right? I didn't see this on the news, right? So I don't believe you. So I'm going to let 60 Minutes tell you this, and then we're going to come back. Just give me 1 second. Boom. So let's go here. Bang. All right. Now let's put this here. Dun, dun, dun.
They say under the current system, there is no way for people like Judy Thomas to get their problem solved.
So all these people who take the time to meticulously document a case that the bill isn't theirs or the bill has been paid, that is never seen by anybody?
It's not seen by anyone who considers it in determining whether or not information will be removed from a credit report.
It's not forwarded on to the person who has the complaint with you?
No, it is never forwarded on. Never forwarded on to the creditor.
We can get a jury verdict for $1 million. That's chump change to some of these bureaus. They would rather pay a verdict in $1 million than to actually go in and change the policies and procedures that they have, because that's much more expensive to them.
I can say this without qualification. The dispute procedures used by the credit reporting agencies, uniformly used, completely fail to comply with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Courts have found that. The Federal Trade Commission has found that. It's not even a close call.
Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine agreed.
I think the industry is a mess, and I think the impact it has on real people is just unconscionable.
You think they're breaking the law?
I think they're breaking the law. There is no doubt in my mind they are breaking the law.
So, I mean, that was 3 white people for you. So in case you don't want to listen to me, because for some reason, black people don't like to listen to other black people, or whatever, for whatever reason, right? Well, 3 white people in a suit said it. So it got to be true, right? And I'm being facetious and I'm joking because, again, it should not take this much to convince you that there's something wrong here. First of all, the fact that you can even sue them for $1,000, yet they make billions of dollars reporting inaccurate information, goes to show you how much of a joke this is. They don't mind you suing them because the amount of money that they're making for reporting the wrong information is more than what they actually got to pay you for the liability, because most of you are not going to exercise your rights. And they know that. They know most of you are not going to read the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You're not going to be patient to go out here and get these things deleted and removed. Or you're going to say stupid stuff like, you know what? Pay your bills on time. If you just pay your bills on time, then you won't have a problem. Well, what about when somebody commits identity theft against you and commits fraud and opens up an account in your name? Are you supposed to pay that bill as well too? All right. What about when you pay a bill on time and they don't report it on time? I'm working with a client right now. Right now, I'm working with a client that was in forbearance. On their actual statement, it says that they're in forbearance, yet the company is still reporting them as 180 days late. Well, what do you do in that situation? When you actually followed the law, you've paid your bill on time, you've been a customer for 5 years, and the company does something wrong. Because all of you bright geniuses say, well, just pay your bills on time. Well, this person was paying the bills on time. They were following the law. This is why consumer law exists in the first place, because companies will always cheat. They will always lie, and they will always steal. But see, many of you only want to come when I'm talking about somebody else instead of talking about something that can actually benefit you. See, the scammers and schemers are irrelevant. This is more important because your personal credit is extremely important for you to be able to excel in the future. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, Eli, you just showed me one law and you just showed me one account. So, you know, what does that mean? Okay, great. So now, let's talk about debt collectors. Debt collectors are the biggest crooks. I've sued now about 5 debt collectors over the past 2 weeks now. Debt collectors are by far the biggest crooks I've ever come across. Look at the law here. All debt collection agencies that seek to collect personal or household debts from New York City residents must have a DCWP license no matter where the agency is located. So now, a debt collector has to have a license in the city of New York to actually be able to collect debt. Well, this debt collection company right here was trying to collect debt from one of my clients, Fair Capital LLC. Well, guess what? They are located here in Spring Valley, New York. I live in New York, right? So they're located in New York. So you figure the debt collection companies in New York, they got to have some type of a license in New York. Well, when we come down here, we look at the regulator, They only have a license in California. So you have a debt collector trying to collect debt in New York City, knowing that they're violating the law, but they know most of you don't know the law. Most of you don't know that the debt collector even has to have a license to collect the debt in the first place. Now, yes, I know what some of you are going to say. Well, there's some states that you don't need a license. Well, in New York City, you do. And this company right here was trying to come after my client. So now guess what happens? Not only do we get them to remove the debt collection, but then now we go after them and try to sue them because it's illegal to do that. Debt collectors are by far the biggest and most corrupt crooks I've ever come across, ever. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, well, Eli, you saying things that sound good. Well, just like there's the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, there's also something known as the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Now, with that, if a debt collector is contacting you with an automated dialer, that's a violation. And that's $1,500 every time they contact you with an auto dialer. What do I mean by that? If a debt collector is calling you and they take press 1 or press 2 when you pick up the phone, that's an auto dialer calling you. That's violating the TCPA, the Telephone Communication Practices Act, because you never gave the debt collector permission to contact you in the first place. So how do they even have your information to contact you? That right there is a violation of your privacy. If a debt collector is trying to collect debt against you and they don't have a license, that's a violation. You can sue them. Now, excuse me, don't believe me? Look at this. So it says right here, except as otherwise provided by this section, any debt collector who fails to comply with any provision of this subchapter with respect to any person is liable to such person in an amount equal to or the sum of any actual damage sustained by the person as a result of such failure. In the case of any action by an individual, such additional damages as the court may allow, but not exceeding $1,000. So now, with my clients, first thing I want to do is I want to see your case. And there are legal aid services in most of your cities and states that will prepare the case for you to go sue the debt collectors and sue the credit reporting agencies. You don't even have to be an attorney to go do this stuff because you're a taxpayer and you're paying for certain services that you're not even using because they put all of this information in this legalese that makes it very hard for you to understand because they know that it's going to intimidate you. See, it doesn't intimidate me. See, once I start getting this information, I said, wow, this is powerful. This is game changing. Because as an entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur, many of you, your credit's all messed up. You can't do nothing. And thank you for the donation, Easy Rollins. I appreciate this. I appreciate that because this is powerful information that can change. If I can help at least one of you, then I've done my job. Now, this is with the TCPA because debt collectors, most of the way that they prepare their information, their statements, because see what a debt collector is banking on is getting a default judgment against you. They're going to send you a dunning letter. You're going to get that letter. And in most cases, most of you are just not going to respond to it because you're probably losing your car, you're losing your house, you lost your job, you're in all type of, emotional wreck. So you're probably not even going to respond to it. You're probably just going to crumble up the letter. But the funny thing is you need to respond to it, right? Because again, when you respond to it with knowing what you know, in most cases, they're violating the law. And you got to think about it. If a debt collector buys debt for pennies on a dollar, do you really think that he wants to go to court with you and spend thousands of dollars going back and forth? No. So in most cases, they're just going to settle and remove it off your credit report because it's going to cost them more money to go to court than it will for them just to settle with you. When you understand that, right? Think about it. They're buying hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt for pennies on a dollar. They're not going to go to court and push back against you because they know that there's some other idiot that doesn't know this that's just going to pay it. And they're going to get on the phone with you, right? Like a baller room. And there's going to be 5 of them around there. And they're going to be like, well, listen, you owe $2,000 for this rent-a-center furniture that you got 10 years ago. But you know what? We'll settle this deal with you right now just give us $200. And you like, oh, wow, that's a deal. Little do you know, they probably spent like $50 on $100,000 worth of debt, right? So little, but you don't know any better, right? And here's the funny thing. I've actually had clients that paid the debt collector and they still didn't remove it from their credit report. So I'm saying this to say to you, when I created the Digital Nexus, it was me listening to my clients, my customers, my students, and they were telling me they wanted education, they needed capital, but they couldn't get capital because their credit was messed up. So that's when I said, okay, then I have to start figuring out a way to get people capital. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Credit repair is tedious. I know you want to believe that you're gonna just download this letter and you're gonna send it off and poof, just like that, everything's gone. No, it doesn't work that way. It's a process. But it's a process that if you go through it, 3 to 6 months from now, you'll be in a better position. Remember, wealth is built over time. It's not built overnight. The problem is many of you have a lottery ticket mentality. So because you think very, very juvenile and you think in desperation, that's probably why your credit's messed up in the first place. And because you think very short term, you're always reactionary. No, wealth is built by planning and by executing that plan over time, slowly. I tell my investors this all the time. You're going to have, bad days, bad weeks, bad quarters. That's business. You think you're going to make money every single quarter, every single week? No. But it's that 1 year. But people see that 1 year where you explode, but it was all of the years leading up to the 1 year that caused the explosion. Now, I see someone saying, what about student loans? Student loans are always inaccurate. Number one, follow me here. With a student loan, there's a promissory note and there's an agreement. Student loans, they always transfer your debt to other companies. So therefore, when that debt is transferred to another company, the promissory note that the original agreement is with the original creditor that extended you the loan. Well, the new company doesn't have the promissory note. And I guarantee you, when you pull up your student loans and you look across all three, they're not reporting accurately. Now, don't get this twisted. You still owe the debts. That's not what we're disputing. We're disputing about whether or not the company has the right to report it inaccurately, whether or not they even have the permission to promote it to report it in the first place. Student loans are easy to remove. Why? Because most cases they're inaccurate. And because, remember, anything with the government is inefficient. So you got to think about the fact that there are millions of people that they have to report for. Now, another way that I always smoke the student loans easily is when you dispute something, there is a time frame that the furnisher, that's the student loan company, right, whoever gave you the loan, the provider, they have a time frame in which they have to respond. And then the credit reporting agency has to update the comment and let them know that it's in dispute. Well, there's a 30 to 35 day window. If they don't respond and they don't update and let the actual account see that it's being disputed, CFPB makes them remove the account. Because they're not doing their job as a furnisher. They're not properly responding to your dispute. Now, again, remember, there are millions of people that they have to have accounts for. Think about this logically. Number one, if right now you compel them to produce the promissory note, you compel them to actually come out here and produce the documentation that that's your account and that you're late, well, they have a certain amount of time to do that. You think that they can do that for millions of people? No, they can't. Better yet, think about Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Do you really think, let's say that they have 30 million customers, and we know that they have more than that. But let's say we're all their customers. Let's say they got 30 million accounts. If each person has 10 accounts on their credit report, 30 million individuals, that's 300 million accounts. Do you really think that those companies have the actual systems in place to have all of that information accurate? No way. But they don't have to because, see, in most cases, it's just an automated system. So this is why you can smoke them so easy, because it's so easy to put together a trap. See, I'm going to send you a letter. I'm not going to tell you what's inaccurate. When I send a letter, I'm not going to tell you what's inaccurate here. That's your job. You're the credit reporting agency. You're supposed to have the correct account number, the correct account open date. I'm not going to tell you. And I know that you're lazy. I know that it's some type of AI that's going to kick it back and say that the account is verified. But verification is not validation. I want you to understand, just because I can verify who you are does not mean I can validate that this information here is correct. because I don't have the original contract. I don't have your signature. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax was not in the room, and they were not there when you actually set up that account. So they can't tell you that that's your account because they don't have any proof. They can verify that that's your name, but can they validate the information? And they can't. So now when they kick it back and they tell me the account is verified, I'm going to ask them, what's the method of verification? Because I know that they cannot validate the information. Now, when they respond back to me, that's non-compliance. Because clearly, the FCRA says you have to have complete and accurate information. Well, we know this account's not complete and accurate. So I set the trap. I know you're going to tell me that the account is correct. I know you're not going to do your job. I'm going to send you up a follow-up letter. After that, I go straight to the CFPB. Now, when I go to the CFPB, I attach this screenshot. I highlight all of the inaccuracies. The account numbers are inaccurate. It being charged off is inaccurate. The payment history is inaccurate. Just like that, get it removed. Now, if the CFPB doesn't remove it, I go to the Better Business Bureau. If they don't remove it, I go to the Attorney General. If they don't do it, I go to the OCC. I can even go to the FDIC and submit a dispute. But see, many of you don't know your rights. So if you don't know your rights, you don't even know how to go about doing this. And all I do is just keep sending the same letter to them. Somebody's going to remove it. And if I'm feeling petty and I want to make a bag, I'll go and sue them. Soon as you start the process, they're going to reach out to you and want to settle. That's it. But again, people don't understand nor do they know their rights. Now, that's great. That's just a little bit about credit repair. Anything, charge-offs, collections, student loans, late payments, bankruptcies, repossessions, child support, you name it, can be removed. We're not saying that you don't owe it. You still owe the debt. No one's not saying not to take care of your child. No one's not saying that you should not pay your bills. We're saying that if they're going to report it, they have to report it accurately. So for those of you who always want to say, well, if people just pay their bills, life happens. Things happen. Sorry. Sometimes the economy gets tight. Sometimes people lose their jobs. And sometimes these companies violate your rights. So when that happens, you have a right to be able to fix and repair your credit if you're willing to work. Now, that's just one of the services that the Digital Nexus is going to provide. Now, great. Okay. You got these things removed from your credit. Here's what's going to happen. Your score is going to tank. Remember, we need capital to run our businesses. You cannot get business funding if you don't have good credit. So now, great. You get the negative things removed from your credit. Your score is going to probably go up a little bit, but you're going to lose a lot of your payment history and you're going to lose a lot of your account history because you're losing accounts that you probably have for 5 years, 10 years. Great. Now it comes time to start adding things. See, when I work with my clients, it's a three-step process. While we're fixing your credit, we also want to be building your credit, meaning adding things to the credit profile. And then we also want to be starting that business and adding and structuring a business properly because you need a 90-day period with the bank in order for you to be able to get funding from them. Now, yes, sometimes you can skip that and probably do 60 days, 30 days if the credit profile is strong. But if you really want to get $100,000 from a bank, like I was able to do, you really want to get $200,000 from a bank like I'm able to do, then you need to make sure that you follow these basic steps. These will ensure you so that you can be able to go and do that. Now, payment history is extremely important. That is 35% of your credit score right there, right? When you're going for funding, you need to have three or less inquiries. Credit utilization, people say never go with 30%. I tell my clients, be below 10%. Derogatory marks, you want to make sure that they're at 0. And you want to have 5 to 7 positive trade lines reporting. Primary trade lines, no authorized user, no trying to run the play. You need primary trade lines attached directly to you and your social. And your credit age needs to be 5 years or more. Now, you need to make sure that when you have one variation of your address, one variation of your name. Now, how do you get positive accounts? Okay, great. Understand, people who say, well, my credit scores are 780. Well, my credit scores are 750. The score doesn't matter. It's what's on the profile that matters. I have clients that have 680s, 690s, and they can get $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 of funding because their profile is so strong, because they have an auto loan. They have multiple auto loans over the span of their lives. They have a mortgage. They have student loans. They have installment loans. They got 5 or 6 credit cards. That's a good credit profile. That's a mix. If all you have is a bunch of credit cards of $500, you really think a bank's going to give you $25,000? Would you give someone $25,000, $50,000 if the biggest trade line they got is $500? No. This is where now structuring, understanding that in the digital world, remember, this is the digital nexus, mixing the digital with the physical. It's all about data. Data is the new oil in the digital world. Just like actual crude oil powers the real world, the physical world, data matters. And what data points you have on your credit profile is going to determine what type of funding you're able to get. So what I tell my clients to do is go get a secured Discover It credit card, a secured Bank of America credit card. A secured card means whatever you put down, that's going to be your credit limit that's reported. Now, why is this important? Because with Discover It, you could do as low as $500 and as high as $2,500. But what's important about these cards is that if you use them properly for 6 months, they're going to give you back your deposit that you put down. And they're going to turn it into an unsecured credit card. Unsecured means it's just basically now tied to just your social. So now, whatever you put down, you use it responsibly, they're going to give it back to you within 6 months. Now, when you understand this, that you want tier 1 secured cards, yeah, the self-rent and all of those things, self-reporters and all of that stuff, and rental karma, all of that stuff is nice. And thank you, Eat Ready Work, for the $20. As an officially work student, I am always grateful. I am part of your academy. Join people. Yes, that's my guy, Eric. That was one of my worst students right there when it came to trading, but he's picking it up now. We trade live every day in the futures room. Congratulations to my guy, Eric. That's my guy right there. Put in a lot of work, and came a long way. But and thank you for the donation. When you are out here and you are looking to build credit, right? Because fixing it is one thing. That's easy. You got to build it now. You got to invest in it. You got to put capital into building out your credit report. Now, like I said before, you want tier 1 banks like Discover or Capital One or Bank of America or even Navy Federal. Navy Federal has a secured card. Why? You want these type of accounts because, again, they're tier 1 banks. You don't want any of those tier 2, tier 3, First Premier credit cards. Those are garbage cards. You want cards like this because they hold weight on your credit profile. Now, the next thing I have my clients do is they use, like, if you're renting your home, if you're renting where you stay, use your rent reporters, Rental Karma. Those are good sites. They could backdate those trade lines so that can add some age to your profile. That's how you can get age. So now, remember I said you need 5 to 7 accounts. Well, think about it. If you do a $500, and $500 a card with Discover, Bank of America, and let's say Capital One, that's 3 trade lines right there. I don't recommend doing that. I'd rather just take the $1,500 and put it on one card, right? So that you can start with this a high trade line. People like to say, well, just break it up into 3. No, I like for you, listen, man, invest your capital because it will pay you off. It'll pay off in the long run. I say just get one for $1,500 and then wait for them to give you back the money in 6 months and then use that same $1,500 and then go get the Bank of America card. Take your time. Build your credit over a year or 2. It will pay off in the future, I promise you. Now, after Rental Karma, I like to focus on pledge loans. Pledge loans is the biggest hack in regards to really boosting your credit score and getting into an 800. Why? Because it's all about data points. Navy Federal and PenFed have something known as a pledge loan. This is a secured loan, meaning whatever you put down, they're going to report that as an installment loan to the credit reporting agencies, not bureaus, because they're not bureaus. Follow me here. You go to Navy Federal. Let's say you got $50,000 lying around. You put $50,000 in the bank. You call them up and say, hey, I want to do a pledge loan. They're going to then create a separate account that mirrors your account. They're not going to take your money. You still have access to your money. They're just going to create a data point stating that you have a $50,000 installment loan with them. Now, you're going to use your capital, the mirrored account, after 30 days, and you want to pay down 90% of the installment loan and put the rest on auto pay. Now, what does it show? You have a $50,000 installment loan. You paid down 90% of it. Now it shows that you can handle large amounts of debt. But now, more importantly, you just created a $50,000 data point on your personal credit. So now you're manufacturing your own data points. Data is the new oil. So now when you go to a bank, what do you think that they're going to start looking at? They're going to be looking at, wow, you got a $50,000 trade line? That's powerful. Now, let's say that you paid down $40,000 of the loan. You got access to the 40. Go create another pledge loan for $40K. Now you just created one for 50, one for 40. Rinse and repeat every month. Now you got pledge loans, installment loans on your personal profile. You have revolving credit accounts with the secured cards. Now you're able to go out here now and start applying for some cards. Do you see how I'm laying out the roadmap for you over time? I'm not telling you that you're going to run the play and you're going to go get 20 credit cards and you're going to go get a car from Car Gurus. You're going to take a VIN number. No, that's bullshit. But if you're willing to have a growth mindset, a 3 to 5 year time horizon to be able to build wealth, change your life, get new skill sets, invest in yourself, you can do this. See, I'm here today because I invested in myself. You see the fruits of my labor, the success I have because I invested in myself. Go back to this. Look at where I started from. Look at my background. Look at my background. Look where I started at back in 2019, 2018. And look at how I live now. And look at where I live now. Because I was willing to work. Because I showed up every day. Because I had a growth mindset. I didn't wake up yesterday and go, oh, you know what? Well, listen, I'm rich. I ran the play. I know people want you to think that, but I've been doing this for years now, almost a decade and a half. So now, great. We know how to structure our credit. We know how to repair our credit. Now it's time for us to start talking about getting business funding. And it's all about data points with business funding. You need to make sure that your business isn't in any red flag industries. So I tell my clients, always look at things that's like data analytics, computer IT, technology sales, technology consultant, marketing, branding, safe industries. Even if you're in trucking, even if you're in real estate, you can have multiple companies. So one company could be bank facing. That's the company that you're trying to get funding for. That's a bank facing company. That's a clean entity. And you can have your primary business, right? But the primary business may be in a red flag industry. Like right now, trucking, banks don't want to touch it. And if they do touch it, you're going to have documentation to back it up. You're going to need tax returns and documents. Most of you don't have it. So what I tell my clients to do, we're going to start a new business. We're going to do it in a clean, nice industry. Guys, don't come to me about no A Shell Corporation or Shelf Corporation, and we're going to put the UCC and the BCC and A. I don't do none of that bullshit. I do it by the book, clean, easy, efficient. If you're looking for some play, some scheme, some ooh, you come to the wrong guy. I'm not the guy for you. But if you want a legitimate way to go get access to capital, I can help you fix your credit, I can help you build your credit, and I can get you access to capital. So what I have my clients do, the first thing is that we want to find an industry that is greenlit. We don't want no red flag keywords in our name. Okay, after we do that, before we go and actually start the company, we want to secure an address. Now, everyone's going to tell you go get a virtual address. Let me tell you what's happening now with virtual addresses. Banks are catching on. Banks are starting to catch on to the virtual address. So I tell my clients, you could do it, but they're going to make you use your home address. So the best thing for you to do is go in your local community and go find a commercial space and let the person know, is it possible that I can use this address and you give me a lease and I'll pay you every month? So rather than giving your money to Opus, Regis, or Da Vinci, give your money to a business that's in your community that you can have a lease with. So the first thing is you got to secure the address. Why? Because before you incorporate, you're going to need to put an address on your incorporation documents or your company. So you got to secure the address first. You also want to make sure that the name is available. The domain name is available. You want to go on GoDaddy. All of those things you want to make sure. I like to go on sites like NameCheck, and be able to verify that no one else has the name that is clean for me to use in my particular state. So once you got a good name, you got an address, preferably an address that can allow you to get a lease. Now you go to LegalZoom, Busy, one of these sites, and you create your business entity. Within a matter of about a week or two, they'll send you your documentation. I like to use LegalZoom because LegalZoom, I've never had any problems with LegalZoom. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, well, you know, you can get your EIN for free. Listen, I like to pay my money and get what I need to get. Simple. I'm not doing the whole, I'm going to get my free EIN. Listen, you can do that. God bless you. I tell my clients, keep it simple. We use LegalZoom. Within a matter of 7 to 10 days, they're going to send you your book. Your business is created. You got your operating agreement, your articles of organization. Now it's time for you to go open up a bank account. Why? Because you need to build a relationship with the bank. It's no different than dating a woman. You got to spend some time with her if she's worth anything to get what you want. You want to have a good time? You got to take her on a couple of dates. You got to get to know her if she's worth anything, right? Your business is worth something. You're trying to get some money, right? So listen, you want to have a good time, right? You want to get to the after the nightcap? You got to take her somewhere nice. That's how business is. You want Bank of America to give you funding like I have? You want Chase to give you funding like I have? You got to put some money in those bank accounts. Now, depending on how much money you have sitting in the bank is going to determine what type of tier customer you are. So now, anything less than $1,000 is a tier 3 customer. Anything between $1,000 and $5,000, you're like a tier 4. And then above $5,000 and up to 10, you're now a tier 5. And beyond that, you're just a gold customer. Now, not only do you want to have a checking account, but you want to have a savings account with the bank. And you also want to make sure that you have your direct deposit set up with a bank. Now, remember, different banks pull from different bureaus. So I have my clients structure it. If we're trying to hit about 5 or 6 credit cards at one time, we're going to open up a Chase, a Bank of America account, a Truist account, a PNC account, right? Because they have good credit products. They allow you to get multiple products with one pull, but they only pull from one bureau. Now, Chase has gotten a little bit different now. Chase pulls from 2 bureaus now in some cases. But why do you want to do that? Because if you're dealing with a bank that only pulls from Experian, you're only going to get that inquiry on your Experian credit profile, not on your TransUnion and Equifax. So now this is how you can go get 3, 4, 5, 6 cards and only get 3 inquiries. American Express allows you to double dip. If you already have an account with American Express, you can get multiple credit cards with American Express. You could triple dip without getting a hard inquiry. Why is this so powerful? Because now this is how you get access to capital. Now, you got to build that relationship. So while my clients are building that relationship with the banks and we structure out a funding sequence of how we're going to attack these banks, now we got to make sure that we structure the business right. Making sure that you go get a NAV account. Why do I like NAV? Because NAV is a credit monitoring service for both personal and business credit. But if you pay it every month, they will report it as a trade line. So this is how you can start building business credit by simply having a credit monitoring service like NAV. Then after that, I tell my clients, get the NAV Prime Charge Card. It's a net 1 card that you can get without a hard inquiry. Well, now you got 2 trade lines on your business. You're paying $60 a month. Now, after that, I didn't tell my clients that they should go out here and get a secured line of credit from Bank of America. Remember what we did with the pledge loan. We did 50,000, 20,000, 100,000. You're manufacturing now your own data points. So that now when you go for funding, they have to match what you have already on your profile. So that's great. I just showed you how you can fix your credit, how you could build your personal credit, how you could get access to funding. So now what's the next step? Well, what do we do with the funding? How do we leverage the funding? And now this comes back to marketing, right? Understand that people are conditioned to consume. So when you are an entrepreneur, you need to be selling things. 70% of our economy is based upon people going out here and consuming. Our GDP is $25 trillion. So now, if we know $25 trillion is changing hands, that type of money's out there, I need to be selling things that people want. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to set up your own credit repair business, how to set up your own funding business, where you can get funding for clients and charge them 10% of the funding that you get for them. teaching you how to leverage artificial intelligence to sell e-commerce, to set up TikTok shops. Why? Notice I keep saying selling, because people are buying. Now, you could be anti-sales, and that's on you. I used to be the same way. Not anymore. Not when I know what I know now. People are going to buy, so why not buy from me? Why not buy from you? Now, look at the growth of retail e-commerce sales. I just said to you, right, that GDP in America is $25 trillion. Look at the growth of e-commerce. In 2022, it was 5.3 trillion, 5.8, 6.3, 6.9, 7.4, 7.9. Do you see a trend? $7.9 trillion of commerce, e-commerce. E-commerce stands for electronic commerce. The digital nexus. Merging the physical with the digital. $7.9 trillion worldwide are changing hands. You need to be selling something. You need to have a business. Like, this video is going to sell for me without me even being here, because I have systems in place. This video is going to be on YouTube selling for me without me having to be here. When you go to somebody's page and you see them doing a review of a product, follow me here, right? Because this just popped in my mind, right? If I go here and I go to YouTube, matter of fact, let's do a Google search, right? So let's do a Google search for an air fryer. I'm going to bring it up in a second, right? So let's go air fryer. All right. So we're looking at air fryers, right? I want to, because see, I want you guys to learn, right? I want this to be interactive. When you go and you Google search an air fryer, this is what's going to pop up, right? Right, air fryer. So we're going to do best air fryer 2024. So best air fryer 2024. Look what comes up when you come down to here, right? All of these are links to buy an air fryer. All of these are links. Somebody has a website that you're going to click and you're going to buy somebody's product or service. Now, let's look for them on YouTube. Let me show you something, because this is what e-commerce is. Right here, this is a video. These are videos all about air fryers, right? And if I click on here and I come down here, I guarantee you in here, they're going to have affiliate links. Look at this. This is e-commerce. Somebody's making a review about a product. And then now this video alone has 265 views. Right? Now when we come here, there's a whole bunch of other videos here. This video has 714,000, 35,000. These are all people here that are doing reviews about products, e-commerce. It's never been easy. Now remember, they're not even selling their own air fryers. They're selling somebody else's air fryer. You don't even have to have your own products. You can sell other people's products by leveraging digital platforms. And we'll get to that later on in this presentation. So I just wanted to show you that, because the first thing people do is they go Google something. They go look it up on YouTube. Now I know what you're saying. Well, I'm not really good being on camera. I'm not really good with that stuff. So I don't really want to do that. Well, guess what? There's technology and software that you can use to take other people's content, put it into TikToks and put it into Reels and sell for you. Now, someone just said, what happens to my Instagram? It's currently down. It'll be back up in a couple hours. But let me show you a sales funnel that I have on Instagram. A sales funnel is simply a system that's put together that can capture leads, right? People can opt in to your service, and then you can follow up and market to them. I have an entire system that's automated where I don't even have to send out the email. I don't have to follow up with the lead. I have a system that can do that for me. Now, how does my sales funnel work? Let me show you right here. Right? So I have a funding business where I teach people how to get funding and I help them get the funding, right? This video right here is the video that I've been using. right? Now, right here in this video, this is on my Instagram page. My page is down right now, but don't worry, I'm going to show you an example in a second. When they watch this video, I tell them to comment the word free, or I tell them to comment the word repair. There is an AI bot called MiniChat. What MiniChat's going to do is it's going to DM them a link when they comment the word. So now think about this. I'm meeting my customer, my potential lead, at the point of sale. They comment the word and it automatically sends them the information about the product or service, right? So now right now, this video, I'm running ads to this video. It's costing me 50 cents per profile visit. Now, when they come here, let's go to MiniChat. This is the MiniChat bot right here, right? So if I come here, webinar for Digital Nexus, right? I was running a webinar to get people to the Digital Nexus. I was saying, hey, this is how I was able to make over $200,000 in funding. Let me play the video for you guys right here. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. This is the video. Right here, let me show you the video that I was running. Boom. So now, give me 1 second. Let me play the video for you guys. Here we go.
I was able to get a client $160,000 in business funding. As you can see right here, the client paid me $16,200 because I charge 10% of the funding that I get for my clients. Now, what's unique about this particular client is that he had a bankruptcy on his personal credit. So we had to fix and repair his credit. We got the bankruptcy removed as well as the negative accounts tied to the bankruptcy. And that took us about 4 months to do that. But while we were fixing his personal credit, we were also building out his business credit as well. So now, once his credit was where it needed to be, he was then eligible to go get $160,000 in funding because we built out the data points for his business as well. Now, since August 1st, I've been able to earn over $227,000 getting clients funded. I was able to get clients over $2 million in business funding. I'm going to be having a webinar on Thursday where I'm going to show you step by step how I'm able to get commissions like this, how I'm able to get traffic and leads to this particular offer. All you have to do to get access to this free training is comment the word webinar below.
Now, this was an ad that I was running on Instagram. The ad was doing so well that the haters start flagging my page. That's why my Instagram page is down, because I was killing them, because I'm selling a product or service that people need. Think about this. Everyone has a credit score. When you're selling things, you want to sell things that people have and that people want. If you have bad credit, I have a credit repair service. If you have good credit, I can get you business funding. So now, when I'm running an ad like that, the traffic is insane. I'm paying 50 cents per visit to my website, dirt cheap leads. When they comment the word webinar, this right here, the MiniChat bot is going to, when they comment the word, boom, right? This is the trigger. They comment the word, let's zoom in. When they comment the word webinar, look what happens. This link gets sent to them. Here is the link to register for Thursday's webinar. So now I have a system that's selling for me, that's capturing the lead because they have to opt in. And now I'm selling a product or service to them on the back end. This is what the Digital Nexus is about, teaching you how to market services. So I don't got to be on the phone all day long talking to someone. I don't have to stand out here and hand out flyers. So now when you get the business funding, remember, this is not free money. You have to do something with the money to make a return to pay back what you're borrowing. See, everyone wants to talk about just run the play. Let me tell you something. The banks want their money back. That $100,000 that they give you, you need to know what to do with that. So now, this system is selling for me without me having to be there to do that. And now I'm building up a list of people that I can follow up with in the future and let them get to know me. Because now they found my Instagram page. Now they're getting to know who I am, the products, the services that I have. I'm building a relationship with them. And this is all happening through automation. Now, there are people who are doing this and they're not even showing their face. I know some of you are going to say, you know what? I'm not good at this. And, I'm just not good at the content thing. I'm not good at using technology. Great. This brother right here, powerful brother right here. This is his Instagram page. Brother's killing it. Killing it. His name is Powered Credit Consultants. His entire page is leveraging other people's content. But I want you to see what he's doing here. When you come to his page, right? Boom. He says, if you actually read what he's saying here, right? He goes, he says, get a jump stop on starting your business. This is exactly why I created my course called The Ultimate Business Credit Blueprint. I'll teach you the modern way to start a business and get funding and help you out. If you are ready to tap in, comment the word blueprint. He's literally using the same funnel that I have, and I'm not hating on him because he probably was doing it before me. My point is that there are people who do this with baby products. There are people who do this with air fryers. There are people who do this where they just take popular influencers, other people, and they put the videos up, but because they have a good sales system and funnel, you can sell anything like this. There's a lady right now that's absolutely killing this, selling baby products, doing the same thing, just uploading content. Think about if you're a plumber, if you're an electrician. There's a guy right now, his entire Instagram page is about plumbing. Let me see if I can find the brother's page. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about right here. Boom. Right? Plumber. Boom. If I can find this dude's page. I forgot his page. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find this guy's page. Because I want to show you, even if you have a brick and mortar business, like a physical business, I forgot the guy's page. He's really, really popular. He has like hundreds of thousands of followers. If I can find his page. Plumbing. Damn, I can't find his page. Boom. I wish I could find the guy's page. I mean, he's absolutely one of the biggest plumbing pages on IG by far. But anyway, with marketing, you can right now have an Instagram page where you're literally just documenting your jobs. You sit your camera right here and you're doing the job. And while you're doing the job, it's recording you. Now, why is this important? Because when you're doing work that way, what you're starting to do is now when a client comes to your page, they get to see your body of work. So you're doing your job, you're literally recording yourself doing the job, but now that video can market for you when you're not there. And now with Instagram ads, you can make your ads only market to people locally. So you don't got to have your ads going all over the world. Let's say that you're here in New York, I'm here in Yonkers. You can only have your ads being shown to people within a 5 or 10 mile or 20 mile radius of where you are, where your business is at. So now, simply, you're already doing the plumbing work already, but you're recording yourself while you're doing it. You're making content. And then now you can upload that content onto social media. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself, well, Eli, I'm not really good at content editing. I'm not really good at technology. Well, guess what? There's a software called it's called Captions, right? So I did this the other day. Boom. All right, bang. Let me show you how powerful this software is, right? So remember Shannon Sharp when he was with his lady Michelle? He was having a good time, right? You can take viral moments like that and be able to put them on TikTok and Instagram and go viral. And like this guy's doing here, put whatever product or service you have to sell inside of your description so that now people are naturally, going to comment that word. Now, obviously, you would want the reel to be something that's related to the product you're selling. So let's say that you're selling a male sexual enhancement product. Those are one of the biggest products to sell. Remember, you are a marketer. You are trying to sell what sells, not what you're passionate about, but what sells, right? Erectile dysfunction is a real problem with men, right? So now Shannon Sharpe had a good time with Michelle, right? So now what you do is you come here and you go find Shannon Sharpe's video with Michelle, right? So let's go Shannon Sharpe when he had his good time with his Michelle, right? All right, watch this, right? Boom, right? So now let me find a video. Where's it at? When he did the interview. Here we go, Ocho Cinco. Bang.
Hey guys,
right? So let's copy the video, share. Let's copy it. Now let's come over here to Captions AI. Let's go to upload the video, right? Boom. So now, boom, 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 boom. Let's do AI shorts. Now what we can do, we can come over here and we can actually paste the video, right? Now, the software is automatically going to take it and it can turn it into 30-second, right? 60 seconds or 90 seconds, okay? That person says, you sell that stuff on porn sites. No, you don't. Blue Chews is all over Instagram. People who are selling male enhancements are all over Instagram and TikTok. So I don't know what side of the algorithm you've been on, but there are even podcasts that are sponsored by Blue Chews. So let's go for 60 seconds. So now this is Shannon Sharpe's video right here, right? So you guys can see, this is the video that I went to go find right here. You don't got to be an editor. You don't need to have DaVinci Resolve. You don't need to have Final Cut Pro. Just use the AI. The AI is now going to generate some shorts for us, just like this. Now, think. Let's say you don't want to sell the Blue Chews. That was just me coming off the top of my head because I'm just such a genius. You can start your own social media marketing agency. See, the people who got rich during the gold rush were not the people who found gold, but the people who sold the picks and the shovels. Well, if a person has a big Instagram following and they create a lot of content, you can take their content, put it into the AI, and have it turned into Reels and TikToks and say, hey, look what I was able to put together for you. I'll manage your content for you across multiple platforms for $500 a month. You can go get 10 clients, that's $5,000 a month by just creating content for them or taking the content that they have, putting it into these AI, and the AI is going to spit out the Reels and the TikToks for you. Leveraging technology, selling products and services, the digital nexus. This is what we're about. Now it's 43% complete. So I got this epiphany because, as I was saying earlier, you guys always come to me and say, I got $500, I got $1,000, I got $5,000. That's not enough. That's having a lottery ticket mentality. You need to develop skills that will allow you to keep money coming in. Because guess what? In the crypto space, none of us knows what coins are going to pump. None of us knows what coins are going to go to the moon. So therefore, imagine now if every month you got $5,000 coming in extra. Imagine if every month you got $2,000 extra coming in. And now you can take that capital and go out here and make investments. Now you're building wealth. Now you're not chasing opportunities. Now you have skill sets. Do you see how I'm coming up with these ideas off the top of my head? Selling air fryers, credit repair, business funding, social media marketing agency, Blue Chew service. Because the opportunities are endless. The internet is endless. There are people on TikTok right now that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing something called clipping, taking other people's podcasts, running them through AI software like this, putting Minecraft underneath it, and putting the actual podcast above it. Why is that happening? Because TikTok's in a content deficit. They're trying to compete against Instagram that has a year's head start. So therefore, they will pay you to upload content that's popular on their platform. Opportunities all around you if you know where to look. I'm trying to get you to learn where to look. And I got this idea because, again, the reason why my students do so well in the trading room, it's not necessarily because they have access to me for 4 hours. They have access to other people who are sharing ideas. See, you have to be in the room where information is being shared, where opportunity is being shared and explored. Because then now, that allows you, to be able to truly gain leverage in your life. Because now we're learning from each other. We're learning from experience. We're learning from doing. And you see how I'm doing this right now? This is what we're going to be doing in the Digital Nexus, where I'm going to be showing you what I'm doing, how I'm marketing, what's working for me, how much money I'm making with certain products and services, and teaching you how you can do the same thing, but in your own way. Now, look at this. We got 9 shorts. Bang. Look at that. Look at that. Sitting here talking to you for 5 minutes. Boom. We got 9 shorts. 58 seconds, 49 seconds. Now, I want you to see how good these shorts are. Watch this.
Hey guys, it's your favorite Unk here. Hey guys, it's your favorite Unk here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories.
All right, still loading up. It's still loading up the actual videos. Gotta give it some time. But as you can see, the reels are there.
My thing is my grand.
Boom, boom, boom. I don't want to give away my membership, but the videos are there. Just like that. Leverage is key. Absolutely a journey to avoid. Now, I'm going to be focusing on teaching you guys how to set up your own credit repair companies. Every 2 to 3 weeks, we are going to be having workshops just like this, where we get together and we talk entrepreneurship, we talk business, we talk investing. This is not going to be a follow the leader. This is going to be giving you concepts and fundamentals, how to create a sales funnel, how to leverage AI, how to leverage the law to set up your own credit repair business, your own funding business, your own social media marketing agency, doing ads for people, how to drive traffic, how to set up a TikTok shop, how to actually go out here and sell on TikTok, how to leverage influencers to sell products and services for you. And again, I got this idea because so many of you were coming to me and you needed money. People would come to me, yo, man, I messed up. I need some money. I don't know what to do. I lost my job. Well, guess what? If you have a skill, and just think about this for a second. I'm not talking about getting rich. I'm not telling you that you're going to be some 6-figure earner in a month. No. If you can make $2,000 to $3,000 a month on the side, for many of you, that's enough. Just making a couple extra $1,000. If you get 4 or 5 credit repair clients in a month, you can make that. People will pay you for. Now people say, well, why pay when I could do it for free? Guess what? I could cut my own hair. I don't. I could cook my own poppy steak, but I don't. I like to fly to Miami and get poppy steak. I mean, hell, I could make my own clothes. I could knit my own clothes, but I don't. Because I probably wouldn't be that good at it, right? See, you pay other people to do things for you because, number one, they're better. And number two, I got better things to do in my life than do things for free. Well, I could learn that for free. Who the hell wants to sit on a YouTube video all day and learn things? Maybe I want to learn what I'm good at, learn what can make me some money, and then pay people to do other things. I can't learn everything. Could you imagine that? I mean, hell, I could fix my own car, right? But that would take time. So people will pay you and pay other people to do things for them because of convenience. So when you understand that, you will create products and services that serve people. And the more people you serve, the more money you will make. What do you think Uber's about? It's about service. Lyft, service. DoorDash, service. When you service people, people pay you. So if you can help a person get $100,000 in funding, $200,000 in funding, they'll pay you 10%. I made over $200,000 in 45 days, helping clients get funding. setting up their business, structuring it the right way. Simple. I spent less than $9,000 on ads. I was killing it so much in the funding space that the suckers had to come and take my page down. That's how much of a beast I was in credit repair and funding. I'm selling a product that everyone has. Now, how much does it cost? I know what you guys are saying. And guess what? I have something to sell. I have something to sell because what I'm selling actually works, right? So let's come over here to My Tech Academy. Boom. Now, these are the packages that we have to offer. This is the current promotion that we're running. We have the basic plan for a one-time fee of $500. You get access to all of our crypto courses that we currently have. You get access to the trading course that we have, the futures trading course. I have a guy by the name of Derek, who's a hell of a trader now. When he first came to me, he was an Uber driver. He's earned probably over $40,000 for the year now. But at the time of the video that I'm about to play for you, he earned over $27,000 for the information that I teach. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, that sounds good. Don't worry, I'm going to show it to you. You get access to that course for $500. You get access to basic credit repair, late payments, charge-offs, collections, and inquiries. All of that comes with the basic membership. The $97 per month is if you want to stay in the live trading room after 30 days. The first 30 days do not cost you $97. Please listen, it's very important here. Okay? So if you need basic credit repair, charge-off, collections, you will be working with me. No assistant, no VAs, no my assistant, no employee. You will be getting on live video conference sessions with me. When you buy this package, you then log into My Tech Academy, this website. And don't worry, we'll be changing the domain name soon. You'll get all that too. You'll log in here and you will book a session with me based on my availability. Very simple. Now, we have the advanced package. This is for people, it's $1,000, who you get everything in the basic. So everything that's in the basic package is in the advanced package. Plus, you get credit repair for bankruptcy, repossessions, and child support. So you get all of the credit repair in the first, plus the bankruptcy, child support, and car repossessions. Why is that more expensive? Because that requires more work to remove a bankruptcy. Therefore, it will cost you more money. Plus, you get one-on-one business credit coaching with me. I will set up your business for you. I will structure it properly so that you can go out here and get the funding. You will get access to my relationship managers that I have at different bank branches and my bankers. That will increase the amount of funding that you get. That is a one-time fee of $1,000. And then we have the premium package. That is similar to a lifetime membership. It gives you access to everything that we currently have, as well as anything in the future. You get access to all of the credit repair with the premium package. And you also get access to the digital Nexus. That's the new thing that we're building. The digital Nexus is going to be the platform where we get together like this and we build out sales funnels and we talk about artificial intelligence and we talk about products and services and things that we're going to sell. So you want to learn how to start a credit repair business? That's in the premium package. You want to learn how to start a funding business? That's in the premium package. You want to learn how to sell on TikTok and TikTok shops? That's in the premium package. And to make the deal sweet for you, I will throw in a trade line as well. The trade line is up to $50,000 for premium members. This is a trade line on your personal credit, okay? Could be an auto trade line or a bank trade line. Now, that's what I have to offer. Now, with that being said, guys, let's look and take some questions now. Someone says, what is Minecraft? Minecraft is a really, really popular game. But the reason why people use Minecraft is Minecraft ranks really well and indexes in the actual search engine of Instagram and the algorithm of Instagram and TikTok. So when you have, there's an app called CapCut. that really makes you, it's very, very easy for you to be able to edit videos on your phone. What CapCut allows you to do is basically like kind of splice and edit things. So they put the Minecraft, because this is how you get around the copyright system. When you put Minecraft or any type of video game, like even people are taking like Candace Owens clips of her just staring and looking, and then they have another clip underneath it. When you do that, it makes it like it's unique content now. Because see, anything that's made by man can be broken by man. So the algorithms, they don't know that this is copyrighted material. They view it as organic or repurposed content. So therefore they don't flag it because it has Minecraft in it. So therefore that Minecraft gameplay is unique to you. So this is how you can use other people's content to go viral. And then, like I said, like this guy's doing, you go viral, and then now you put your sales funnel in here where a person comments the word blueprint, and boom, you send them whatever link that you want to sell them. I would send them. That's why. In some cases, Lee, like for example, there's like additional laws and things that you can leverage inside of certain states where like the penalties are higher, or like you don't need a license in certain states if you're a debt collector. But for the most part, the Fair Credit Reporting Act is a federal law. That's federal, that supersedes state law. So when we're talking about the FCRA, that's enforceable in every state. When we talk about the FDCPA, that's enforceable in every state. Because again, that's the federal government that passed that law. Right? I didn't make that up, and I put it in the post, right? So that's the actual federal government. They trump state government. I'll be here for all of it. Absolutely. That's one of my students right there, Adewale. Eli, can non-Americans access U.S. credit to scale ads? I live outside of the United States. There are ways that you can do that with like certain types of like ITN numbers and things of that nature. But one thing about me, I don't lie to you. I've never worked in that space, so I wouldn't be able to help you. You would probably be my first client that way. I don't like to lie to people. So if I can do something, I'll let you know. Like you need funding, I can do that. You need credit repair, I can do that. You want to learn how to market and sell online, I can do that. You want to learn about crypto, I can do that. You want to learn how to trade the futures market, I can do that. Funding for people overseas, listen, that's not my wheelhouse. One thing I won't do is lie to you, right? If I can't do it, I'll say, listen, I just can't do it. Now we can learn together if you want to. I don't mind learning, but that's something I've never done before. I have a friend who sells trade lines, but says they got sold out every other day. Is this legit scam or sounds scammy or to buy scammy to me? Why would you not buy a trade line? There's literally a website called Trade Line Supply. Like there's literally a website where you could come here and you could buy trade lines. Boom. There's an entire site right here where you can buy trade lines. And people are selling them for, where's the prices at? $304, $316, $322, $327. There's an entire website called Trade Line Supply. It's called being an authorized user. Right? Right? So I have all kind of trade lines. I have business trade lines. I have primary business trade lines. I have auto trade lines. I have credit trade lines. You name it, I got it. Right? Now, so listen, let me tell you something. When I first got into trading, I was talking to my students about this the other day. I got scammed a couple of times, right? But I knew that it worked because there were other people who were not getting scammed. So here's the reality in life. You have Bernie Madoff. He operated a Ponzi scheme. Does that mean that the stock market's a scam? You have Raj Ratnam, whatever his name was. He went to jail for insider trading. Does that mean that Wall Street's a scam? Right? Because guess what? Not everybody there is scamming. There's some people there that make billions of dollars. So I'm not going to focus on the one or two times that there was a scam and not look at the thousands of other times that there wasn't a scam. And I'm not saying that for you. I'm just talking in general, right? Don't take this personal. But it amazes me when people like always highlight okay, well, there's scammers in real estate. Does that not mean I'm not in real estate right now? Right? Because whoever owns this shit, they're not scamming. Right? Like, think about it. right? So there's the Caesars of the world, the big business of the world, the Jay Morrisons of the world, right? And everybody goes, see, look, everything's a scam. Well, shit, I'm living in real estate right now, right? I'm paid to be in real estate right now. So clearly everything's not a scam, right? So we have to evolve. And that's why I stopped making this type of content, because it got to the point where it got goofy and it got comical, where everything's a scam. So now you're living in this self-fulfilling process where every single day you're waking up trying to find somebody to call a scammer. Here's the reality. Business is happening with or without you. So now you could sit around and think everything's a scam, and that's okay. More power to you. Let me tell you something. The robots are coming. The Great Reset is here. Inflation's coming. Now you can sit on here and you can watch all of the scammer content you want, or you can get your ass out here and make something happen. Because let me tell you something. When that rent's due, when that mortgage is due, when they about to put you in that FEMA camp, when they about to put you in that machine, you're gonna wish you put the scammer content down and you made something happen. Because let me tell you something. When it's time for me to go, if I don't make it, I know I put it in. I know I got up every day and I bust my ass. I read what I had to read. I watched what I had to watch. I worked 16 hours a day. I put that work in. So when it's time, when Elon Musk and the Terminator come and get me and NVIDIA make Skynet, I know I worked. I bust my ass. And that's all you can do. I'm not sitting around here all day long, masturbating to who's a scammer and who's not a scammer. I got to make it happen. I don't got time to be sitting around all day long worried about what's a scam and what's not, right? Because everything can't be a scam if people are making money from it. Shit, I made over $200,000 from it in less than 45 days. Listen, at a certain point, you got to make it happen. You got to make it happen in life. It's too hard out here right now to be sitting out here worried about what this and worry about that. You got to make some things happen. Right? Yes, Jeremy Wilson, I have auto trade lines. I got to get back to you too, brother. I didn't forget about you, Jeremy. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, the FEMA camp's coming. Believe that. Yeah, right. How does trade lines work? So there are primary trade lines that can get attached directly to your social that will be able to backdate. So, for example, back on the presentation when I was talking to you about how you have to have age, right? So some people, they may want to have age and they may want to have like high limits on their actual credit profile. Because remember, it's all about the profile. It's not about the score. So like, for example, this trade line right here, you could buy it for $300 and it will report that you have a $13,000 credit limit. Now, this is an authorized user, so therefore it's not as strong as a primary trade line, right? Because basically you're piggybacking off of someone else's credit profile. So basically they're adding you to their credit card. So they have authorized user accounts, trade lines, and then they have primary trade lines. A primary trade line is tied directly to your social. Therefore, it's linked. You're not going through someone else's established credit profile or credit card. Now, so with auto loans, the reason why having auto loans is important because any type of installment loan is weighted higher within the algorithm of the credit reporting, the FICO algorithm compared to a revolving line of credit, right? So like if you have a personal installment loan, a student loan, or an auto primary, that's huge. So this is why people like to buy trade lines because it's a way to really boost your credit profile, especially when you're going for funding. So this is the way that you can get age, because think about it. Let's say that this credit card is open back in 2020, right? So this is very, very important. Today's 2024. If I get added to this trade line, now it makes it like I had this credit card since 2020. Now I have age on my credit profile. So now I got a good limit of $4,000 and I have age as well. So that's how trade lines help you. The futures room is open 6 days a week. We open up on Sundays around like 5 or 6 o'clock. The room's open right now. There's probably 19 people in there trading right now. I'm literally in the office all day long because I'm either doing credit repair, funding for clients, marketing, playing with AI tools. But I'm in the room trading live every day from 8 to 12. That's when I'm in the room. And obviously, like right now, I'm about to get long crude oil. I'm looking at oil right now. That's the next trade I'm about to put on, and I'm probably gonna put on a trade in silver. So like overnight, I'll put on some trades here or there. but mainly, and I need to stop trading at night because my win rate is horrible at night. But I mainly trade from 8 to 12. So you get to see me make money. You get to see me lose money. My students, that you get to ask me questions, unmute your microphone and everything right there. Oh, okay. Well, good for you, 87 Royal, bro. All right. I guess your experience must be the end all be all. Right? My primary trade lines that I posted on my profile, they never posted. My clients that got them on their profile, they never posted. I guess you must know it all. We just gotta take your word. All right. So, because I mean, you've seen all there is to know about credit. Right? You're the barometer. So we just got to go with you because you've never seen it. All right. I've never seen Africa. I've never been there. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I mean, I've seen a video. I've seen it on TV, but I've never been there. So does that mean it doesn't exist? All right. We gotta elevate our thinking sometimes. Right? Just because you've never experienced something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with being skeptical, right? Hey, nothing wrong with that. For trading futures, that is, sounds dope. Oh, wow. Oh, boom. Oh, wow. Okay, we back. I had cut off for a second. And you 87 Royal Bunch, you never heard of a data furnisher for Experian? You never heard of vendor credit? How do you think things get posted on somebody's credit report? It's called being a data furnisher. You don't think that you can't be a data furnisher for Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax? How do you think things get on your credit report in the first place? Come on. Wow. Ooh, you stumped me. It's called being a data furnisher, right? Come on, it's not hard. You can go there and apply yourself. Just go to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian and furnish data. Metro 2 is just a way that you have to format data to be compliant. It's always person like, oh, you got a Metro 2. Like, well, okay, yeah, and it's called M2 Reporter. There's tons of software. You can literally just go Google search how to be a furnisher on Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Whoop-de-doo. Eli, based on your video on proof of Trump hating Bitcoin, I'm curious, what do you think will be the future of decentralization since both political parties are pushing centralization? Guys, they can push it all they want to. The technology has to be able to supersede it, right? So I want you to understand, you have to think from the standpoint of course, that's like going into a fight. You think that you're not going to get punched in the face? You think that the person's not going to try to knock you down and knock your head off? Of course. If crypto is what it says it can be, it's going to have to eventually stand up to a state level attack. That's the reality, right? So if Bitcoin is what it is, you have to think that eventually the state's going to try to attack it. Now, I don't believe that Bitcoin can survive a state level attack because it's so easy to attack crypto because of the way that the data centers are being basically co-located together, right? Like these large mining facilities and operations, it's going to be very easy to just see where they are on the grid and just drone strike the shit out of them and blow them up, right? Like if I made Bitcoin illegal, I could just simply look for where the most power is being pulled from and just simply go and blow them up, right? So, but I don't think that Bitcoin is a big enough threat, right? So this goes back to, yeah, you could blow up the miners, but are they even worth doing it? Like the elite already won. They can travel into the past, into the future. They can clone man. They can colonize the stars. They've won. Bitcoin's irrelevant. Bitcoin's a baby. Crypto's irrelevant. It's just a means to an end. Like that ship has sailed. This idea that somehow crypto's not a threat to government. It's not a threat to Bitcoin. Right? That whole revolution, 2020 showed you All they're going to do, they're going to tell you, sit your ass down, go home, lock your doors, and don't come outside till we say so, take $600. And people going to lay down. So crypto, they don't have to go hard to try to, attack the networks and stuff. They could just simply ban it and people stop. People already don't even use it anyway, right? We're the only idiots that use it, right? So and we don't even use it. We just trying to get rich. So the reality is crypto's not that much of a threat, at all. They love to try to spin it that way. I used to feel the same way when I was younger, but as you get older, you mature, you realize crypto is just a way for us to get rich. That's it, right? It's going to be a system that's going to be leveraged for them to build on top of one of their building blocks so they can track, trace, and monitor everything. And that's cool, right? Know what you own, why you own it, get rich, and keep it moving, right? That's it, right? Sometimes we get to the point where we sensationalize everything. We buy into the hype. I'm grown now. I'm a big boy. I understand that I'm here to get rich. I'm not here to try to, buy into the hype and the fanboyism that's being created. How do I sign up for the $500 monthly plan for you to advertise for us? I don't have that going on right now, Tanisha Howard. I don't advertise for anyone right now. That was just something I was just talking about, like an idea. If you want to learn how to do that, that's the premium package. That's the premium package where our first class is going to be on Thursday, where we're going to really be diving into building a sales funnel, because I believe that that's one of the biggest foundations of being a digital entrepreneur. You have to have a funnel. You have to have a way for something to sell for you when you're not there, and capture leads and capture information to follow up with them. Right? Anthony, oh yeah, what's good, brother? We spoke the other day. What's good, brother? How's everything with you, Anthony? Can't wait to have you. Yeah, critical thinking is extremely lost art. Right. And I think just naturally, the reason why centralization is going to win, because centralization makes it easy for users, right? See, the problem with crypto is, it's very hard to get a person to adopt something where if they send money to the wrong address, if they miss one character, their money's gone forever. You look at like a lot of the user interfaces, they're very, very clunky. They're very hard to understand. Most people are just not doing that, right? They're just not signing up for it. Venmo works well for people. Cash App works well. PayPal works well. Zelle, so until crypto can solve a lot of the user issues, it's just not going to be sufficient. So naturally, the user experience is going to force a lot of chains to centralize. Boom, 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 boom. So are the trade courses on My Tech Academy for novice individuals? Absolutely. Everything that we have to sell is absolutely for beginners. Absolutely. Boom, 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 boom. Sir, am I able? Yes, you can upgrade your membership. If you're a lifetime member already, you're fine. You're going to be integrated into what we're going to be doing. Guys, for those of you who paid $1,000, right? 4 or 5 years ago, I still service them every day. They don't pay me an extra dime. I do good business. You're a lifetime member, you're fine, right? Now, if you want credit repair and all that, you got to pay for that. That's a separate service. But any of the courses, all that stuff, you're fine. You're good. You don't got to pay any of that stuff. You're good to go. If you want to upgrade at any time, you just upgrade. That's simple. I understand money's tight. We even have payment plans. You need a payment plan? I would say DM me on Instagram, but the suckers keep taking my page down because they mad because I'm winning. So email me at info@mytechacademy.io. I'll put it in the chat for you. Here we go. Info at mytechacademy.io. Bang. If you need a payment plan, I know money's a little tight. I know things are tight. I got you. Ela, are you reading futures from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 8 p.m. to 12 a.m.? 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. is when I trade. That's when I'm in a room trading. I'm in there trading from 8 to 12. But there, like I said, right now, there's like 19 people in there trading right now because some people work throughout the day. So like I have some students, they only trade at night because they work during the day. Remember, the futures market is open 23 hours a day. So my whole idea with the digital Nexus was to be able to give you guys so many opportunities to make money, because some of you may not like trading. You may not like the anxiety, the back and forth. So you may want to get into marketing. Well, we're going to have that for you. You know, you may want to start a credit repair company. You may want to start a funding business. You may want to start a social media marketing company. You may want to learn how to evaluate stocks and evaluate crypto projects and invest. I wanted to be able to give you guys as many options to build wealth and make money as possible, is what I wanted to do. And that was my thought process, is like, how can I give you guys the tools to be successful? And that's what I was focusing on primarily. And that's what I've been doing. So that's why I introduced futures trading and all of that stuff. And we're going to be adding a real estate component. We're going to be bringing in guest speakers. It's not going to just be me. We're going to be bringing in really high level other entrepreneurs from other industries to really be able to give you guys the value that you're looking for. You guys saw me talking with my guy, Eugene. Eugene's like my top investor, and he's also my friend. And we've been doing business since, like, we've been college teammates, everything. So, I mean, he's a multi-millionaire in real estate up in Canada. He's going to be coming in and speaking and giving you guys knowledge and information about how he was able to build a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio. Really just giving you guys access to information and quality people is what I'm going to be doing. Right? Jeremy Wilson has been, my approach this cycle has been to invest in AVEX. Absolutely. Once it runs, take profit and invest it into smaller gaming tokens with the ecosystem. Yes, I like that. I believe that Avalanche is going to probably 10x from here. That's why I've been hitting the Avalanche nodes hard. I've been talking to all my investors to make sure that we reposition ourselves into Avalanche, because I think that Avalanche is going to be really, really big, especially when you look into the fact of the gaming space. Like, I had a chance to actually go to Avalanche Labs and kind of see the things that they were working on, and I think that they're going to absolutely blow it away. I've been telling you guys for the longest, crypto gaming is the last frontier. Whoever can figure out crypto, well, I would say it's actually the first frontier, because we really haven't explored anything in a massive way in crypto. So I look at crypto gaming as like an absolute like game changer, and I think Avalanche is going to do that. Was good, One True Iceman. Appreciate you, man. Yes, yes, the one I'm taking. Listen, you could pay me in everything, right? You could pay me in silver. I take silver. You could pay me in silver. You could pay me in yen. You could pay me in a euro, right? You could pay me in diamonds. You could pay me in diamonds, right? You could pay me in the rand, in the real, whatever you want to pay me in, right? You could pay me in 4 payments, 2 payments, Bitcoin, Shiba, Ripple. I take it all. What is the advanced package? Do you still have to pay $97 a month for the trading room? Absolutely, the trading room. So, and I want to teach you this right now, Sun Matter. This is all part of marketing, right? I have this $97 a month here to incentivize you to buy the premium package, right? See, I want to teach you as I go along the way, right? I don't want to just like have you here. It's good marketing, because see, now you're going to be like, yo, you're going to come in a room. You're going to see how much money we're making. You're going to be like, man, I want to be here long term. So it's going to force you to upgrade so you don't have to pay monthly, right? See, it's good marketing, right? Because I know my product is good. So I'm going to give it to you for a low price, right? To get you in the funnel. And then you're going to be like, damn, I really like the room. People are making money. I'm passing challenges. I made my first $1,000. You're going to want to upgrade to the premium membership. And that's how you do business, right? You service a person, you give them access at an affordable price, and then you upsell them. Apple does it. You know what Apple does? They got the small little red phone, right? The iPhone C, right? And then what happens is that you get the small iPhone and you realize it doesn't have enough storage, right? So you're like, damn, I need a bigger phone. So then they say, okay, well, you could trade that phone in and upgrade to a bigger phone. Marketing, right? It's just good business. It's good marketing, right? And you learn these things as you go, right? Just like Apple they have a product at every price point. They have a watch, really, really small one. Then they have a nice fancy watch. They have a small iPad. They have a big iPad. They have a MacBook Air. They have a Mac Pro. They have a different product at every price point to service a customer. And then you like the product so much at the cheap point, you feel like a fool not to upgrade. And that's how I do it, baby. I give you so much value at $500, you're going to say, I got to upgrade and look out for Eli, right? And that's how you do business. And it took me a long time to learn this, but this is what a sales funnel looks like. Every good company does it. Right? That's how I do it. You want a dime bag or eighth? I like that, TDC. I don't know too much about that project next year. You called out NQESRTY trades this morning. If you took those, you made that. Yeah, I mean, I think I made like, in my funded accounts, I made like $4,500. I called out at least, like I said, I called out at least about like $7,000 in trades today in the live room. Like almost everyone in the live room made money today. We had a fantastic. Lekka's one of my students. He's in the live trading room with us. We absolutely kill it. So it's a good time, man. And like I said, my Instagram page will be back in a couple of hours. You know, the suckers are mad, but they just got to understand. I'm here to take their business. Right? There's a new king. There's a new credit guy on the block that's here to take business, right? And I'm gonna actually treat my customers right and get them what they need. But there's a new guy on the block, right? I'm new to trading. I drive trucks, start work early in the morning. How do you feel about swing trading? I got students that swing trade. My student B, he swing trades right now. He's up like $9,000 and the bonds. I don't know if he's in here watching us right now, but B's killing it too. Guys, what I teach works across all asset classes and works across all time frames. If you want to swing trade, swing trade. I don't discourage it. Let's look at some of the older ones. Yeah, you can't use a PO box for funding. They're going to automatically shut that. First of all, some banks don't even allow you to open up the actual business, a business account with a PO box. So I had one client who tried to do that. They wouldn't even let them open up a bank account with that. So you got to make sure that you have a brick and mortar business. Now, you want to make sure that the business is in certain zip codes, like an affluent zip code. So you don't really want to have your business in a commercial, in a residential neighborhood, because they view that as, again, a residential neighborhood. You want to be in like a commercial district or hub where there's a lot of economic activity for a business. Now, you don't have to be there, but it would just be better to be there and actually have a lease as opposed to using a virtual address, because the virtual address stuff, they caught on to that. And thank you to everyone who donated. I appreciate it, guys. Penny, I don't know. I don't even remember that I was selling a lifetime package for $4,000. But send us an email of your receipt. We'll figure it out for you. We'll work out a deal if you pay $4K. I don't remember. Man, I don't even remember it being $4,000. We'll figure it out. Yeah, Derek. Derek's one of my guys. My guy, Derek. My guy, Derek. I was going to put the video up right here, Derek, of us when we did the live on. This is Derek. He made $27,000 right here. This is Derek right here.
Get the badge. There we go. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you perfectly. There you go. What's going on, my guy? So I was just on here and I was telling everyone about your story, right? Because obviously we have traders in the room. They're pulling down $40,000, $50,000 a month. But that's not what it's about, right? It's about the fact that I want you to kind of tell your story about how you even got started here, what made you get involved with My Tech Academy, and currently, what's your occupation? What do you do for a living?
Okay. Well, to start out with, I got started with My Tech Academy because, I like pocket watching with JT, and I saw you had made a couple of appearances on there. Exposing scammers, telling some jokes. But when I went on your page, I saw you spend a lot of knowledge, particularly when it came to investments, business, and crypto. And I saw also that you had a trading room, right? And you were posting live results. You were posting trades that you called out ahead of time. And you were posting the winnings, the losses. I was really impressed. And I saw it as an opportunity to, maybe duplicate it or replicate something similar to it.
Okay.
So when I saw the opportunity to join My Tech Academy at a good price, I joined. And I'll be honest with you, I bought it, and for like the first couple of months, I really didn't do anything with it.
Like most people buy it and they don't really do anything with it because, like I always say, guys, it's easy to pull out your credit card and buy something. It's hard to actually do the work.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like buying it was, in my mind, for some reason, like I already absorbed all the knowledge for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but sometimes, like you said, it's easier just to swipe the credit card and get that feeling of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the course around July last year, and I really started to crack it open and look at it in November. And I was pretty much a novice when it came to trading. I mean, I would say I had a little experience when it came to trading because I was like a part of I'm Academy or iMarkets Live, whatever that mess is called. But they really didn't teach me much of anything. What they taught me was they were more concerned with getting me to sign other people up than trading. All their trading content, pretty much garbage. So I came in here more or less a novice. And after really hunkering down in November and December, I was able to do some combine challenges with a prop firm called Top Step. And I've been trying to pass a combine from December. I actually passed one in January. I was able to get a payout, my first payout ever from trading, any money made from trading.
So this is like about month. You said you got paid out in what, January? February?
Yeah.
So about 8 months into your journey, you got your first payout?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's for about $2,500.
That's about $2,500.
To date, I've gotten 7 payouts. I just calculated it. The gross, it's that's $27,000 and $27,459.
$27,000. Now, you're a lifetime member, correct?
I am.
How much did you pay for a lifetime membership?
$3,000.
$3,000. So he's a lifetime member at $3,000, and he's earned almost 10 times that from trading. He is at $27,000. So he's almost at a 10x on his investment. So while you guys are sitting up here and you always ask me, what cryptocurrency should I buy? What stock should I buy? And I always say to you, the best investment is going to be in yourself. You have to increase your knowledge so that therefore you can increase your earning potential. At the end of the day, if you don't have knowledge, if you don't have...
You can't fake that, baby. You all right? You can't fake that. Salute to Derek. He's in the chat right now. He's above 27,000 now. I think he's at like 45 or 50 right now. Congratulations to you, bro. You know, so, all right. It cleared 50K. Wow. Way to go, Derek. Congratulations, man. So, with that being said, guys, I think that we're coming up on 2 hours and 12 minutes. I don't want to go too much longer. We have a sale going on right now. These are the packages. Wanted to come on here and answer some questions. I'm excited. We got some good quality now. We have credit repair services. We have business funding if you need business funding. We have trading. We have marketing services, teach you how to market and brand and leverage yourself, and so much more. Thursday is going to be our first session that we're going to get together and start building out the digital nexus together. So salute, guys. I'm happy. I'm excited where we're going, where we're about to be. My Instagram page will be back soon. But for now, this is where we are doing business. So with that being said, guys, take advantage of the sale. A link is in the description below. Come over to My Tech Academy and take advantage of the sale. Have a blessed and beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing all of the new members in our community. Bow.